Hey guys, what's up? It's Ruby. Welcome back to my channel. I haven't given you guys a fertility update in forever. It feels like it's been forever since I uploaded on this channel. So if you would like to find out what has been going on in Ruby's IVF journey, then just keep on watching this video. The first thing that I did was that I went in for a baseline ultrasound with my fertility clinic where they got to look around and see how everything is, how my uterus is, if I had any cysts on my ovaries, because I do have PCOS, or I was diagnosed with it when I was younger, then how many follicles I had, the size of them. They were just kind of getting a general idea of how everything was in there. And after that, they were gonna report to the doctor, and then the doctor was gonna have a follow-up with me. So at the follow-up with the doctor, my husband and I went and we talked to him, and he was basically like, this is how the whole process of IVF is. This is specifically what I want your protocol to be. And if you guys are okay with that, then when do you want to get started? So we're like, yeah, we're okay with that, and we want to get started ASAP. So he was like, okay, and we told him we did have a vacation at the beginning of this month. We're in September now, so we had a family vacation planned the first week of September. So he told me he wanted me to take birth control for a week. That's usually the protocol for everybody starting on IVF, so they can control your cycle. Then after I did that week of birth control, I did 10 days. Today is my 10th day of stims injections. They call it stims injections, but it's short for stimulation injections. What I'm injecting into myself is hormones and just getting my body ready to make a bunch of eggs that they're going to go in and retrieve next week, actually. So I think it's gonna be hopefully Wednesday if all goes well, depending on how my appointment tomorrow is gonna go. I have an ultrasound and blood work tomorrow. If my body's ready, then they will let me know when to do 1 or 2 more injections in order to prepare my body for the egg retrieval, and then I'll go in and do the egg retrieval on, they said possibly Wednesday. Then with the egg retrieval, they're gonna put me under anesthesia, which is, I'm a little bit nervous for that. It's my first time under anesthesia. And then I'm gonna go under anesthesia. It's not that long though, it's maybe like 10 to 30 minutes max. They're gonna go in and retrieve all of those like mature eggs. Then after that, my husband will drop off a semen sample, and then after that, they will basically put this the eggs with the semen, and then they will watch them and make sure that they're maturing, that they're fertilizing together, and that they're gonna be good to go. And then that same day that we leave, or like literally before we leave, they will tell us how many they actually got, how many eggs they were able to retrieve. Then from there, in the next like week or so, they will be able to let us know how many of those eggs like made it to the last stage of the fertilization process, which is called the blastocyst stage. Then after that, they're going to freeze it. Well, they're gonna also test them. It's called PGTA testing, and they're gonna be testing them for genetic diseases and also the genders. So it's pretty cool because I can actually find out what gender it's gonna be already. And then also after that, I think I let you guys know on this channel, I'm not 100% certain, but I do have a surgery that I need to do this fall, because right now, another one of my contributing factors to my infertility is that both of my fallopian tubes are blocked. So in order for us to be able to do IVF and to have a normal healthy pregnancy, they need to go in and remove both of my fallopian tubes, since they're both full of fluid right now, and there's no way to get them unblocked. There's no way to push the fluid out or anything like that. The best way is to go ahead and go in and remove them. It's not going to be a crazy surgery though. It's going to be what they call a laparoscopic surgery. So they're just going to make tiny incisions, one over the left side ovary, one over the right side ovary, and then one in my belly button. Kind of weird. But then they're going to go in and remove my tubes through those tiny incisions. Healing time is going to be maybe a month. After that month, I can go in and we can, because they're going to freeze the embryos. They're going to freeze all of my embryos that are good and viable and alive, and then we're gonna go in after I heal, maybe about a month. So I'm projecting maybe at the end of this year, we'll be able to actually go back to the clinic, and they'll be able to do what they call transfer, which is they're gonna get that fully hatched embryo and they're gonna put it inside of my uterus, and hopefully, if it's God's will, then I will be pregnant. at the end of this year, beginning of next year, just depending on waiting time for the surgery. Now, if that doesn't happen and we don't get pregnant, then that's okay. I mean, I've always wanted to be a mom, but that's not the only way to become a parent. So Joel and I have talked about next steps if IVF doesn't work and what we will do then. And at that point, we will consider, or not that we'll consider, but we'll more than likely move on to other options like adoption or fostering. There's so many kids in America that need loving homes and loving parents and a family. So we would love to be able to do that for somebody, and it would just fill space in our hearts as well. And we have a whole baby room that we set up already for a kid. Come on, I'll show you what it looks like. That's my happy room. So whether we have a baby through IVF or we end up being blessed enough to help take care of a child through foster care, or we end up adopting a child to be our own, whatever the case may be, I know that God's plans are good, and I know that it's all going to work out in the end, and it's all going to be for the best. So that is everything for this video. I will try to keep you guys as updated as I can, and thank you guys so much for following along on our journey. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.